those situations, I completely regret having these kind of the torque output, I mean the torque delivery is just at the bottom to RPM, like 4000 RPM. So it's completely fun to ride this kind of a motorcycle in those low RPMs. Hello REVSOUL, welcome you all guys to a new video. Today I just brought the Harley's entry level motorcycle, the Harley Davidson X440. So without spending any time, let's just dive into the video. Like as always, let's just start with the paint finish. The motorcycle has got a black color painting with a matte finish, and the paint quality is also good. And looking in the front section, our eyes will be directing to that beautiful DRL with the labeling Harley Davidson, and inside we can find that LED headlights with a decent light throw in the night time too. And we also get the LED indicators that we did find in the Maverick 440, that similar kind of LED indicators. Also in the rear section we can find that bright looking LED tail lights too. And the rear portion is one of the most controversial thing for this motorcycle, because the customers don't like the rear portion of this motorcycle comparing to the front portion of this motorcycle. And the next thing, we can find the weight of this motorcycle. The weight of this motorcycle is like 194.5 kilograms, so it's a bit too difficult to move around the parking lot. But the seat height is completely useful, because the seat height is only like 805 millimeter. I'm a 5'8" guy. You can find that I have complete planted foot on both sides. And looking at the handlebar switches, we get the light functions integrated into a single switch. This is for toggling on the meter console, the indicators, the horn. In the right side we get the caution, the kill switch and ignition integrated into a single switch. And we also get an impressive SOS feature for this motorcycle. And before going into the meter console, let's check the keys. This is the keys for Harley Davidson X440. Not that impressive, but not that stupid also. Yeah, that's it. Now let's turn on the meter console. We get a beautiful 3.5-inch colorful TFT meter console with the tachometer on the top, the gear position indicator, the speedometer, the fuel indication, and the odometer. Pressing this button we can change to trip meter, the average fuel consumption, range, service state, service due. Everything can be known from this meter console. And we also get a type A charging port here, but it's a bit too difficult to open with the gloves on my hand. Okay, we get a type A charging port for this motorcycle. We can use this for charging our phones or other devices while on the ride. Okay, now let's talk about the main part of this motorcycle, the engine. For this Harley Davidson X440, we get a beautiful engine. This is a single cylinder 440cc oil cooled engine. Since this is a Harley Davidson, of course this is a torquey engine. We get a power output of like 27.3 bhp and 38 newton meters of torque. And the fun fact is that we get that 38 newton meters of torque at just 4000 rpm. So this is a torquey engine, and for this torquey engine, Harley Davidson has gave a 320 millimeter disc rotors with the bi-brake calipers to put a complete stop to this motorcycle. And the rear section we also get a 240 millimeter disc rotors, again with the bi-brake calipers. And we also get the dual channel ABS also, so that we don't lock our wheels while on the ride. And we also get the KYB 43 millimeter USD forks on the front side, and also dual hydraulic suspension where we can adjust the preload up to like 7 stages. And talking about the suspension is set on a more kind of a medium level, not that soft or not that hard. While going through this kind of irregular roads, the suspension do absorb every irregularities, providing that comfort. And in the high speeds also we get that confidence too from the suspension. But when coming to the tires, it's not that great, because the dry grip is okay, but the wet grip is not that promising for these tires. We get a 100 section tires and a 140 section tires from Yamaha for this motorcycle. But the sounding of this motorcycle is absolutely great. Without just saying, I'll just make you guys hear the exhaust note of this motorcycle. Okay, the fuel pump is ready. Let me give a bit of a throttle. I do hear some kind of a whistling sound from this motorcycle. That's it. Now let's go for a short ride on this motorcycle. And talking about the seats, we get a single seat setup, and the comfort is also good with an additional back support for the pillion. And yes guys, finally we have reached the highway. So let's see how the Harley Davidson X440 performs. Since we have a short open road, let's do a small pull on this motorcycle at 5th gear. It's pretty fun because the torque output, I mean the torque delivery is just at the bottom RPM, like 4000 RPM. So it's completely fun to ride this kind of a motorcycle in those low RPMs. And yes guys, that's how the Harley Davidson X440 perform on the highway. And the sweet spot for this motorcycle will be like 110-120 kilometers per hour. And at those speeds we don't feel that kind of a dirty vibration on this motorcycle. But after like 7000 RPM, like 120-125 kilometers, we can feel that vibration just on the foot pegs and handlebars, but very minimal vibration on the seats too. So it's much more comfortable for this motorcycle to ride at 110-120 kilometers per hour, and I completely enjoyed riding this motorcycle at those speeds. And talking about the other aspect of this motorcycle, like the braking, we get the bi-brake braking system on this motorcycle, and its braking is not that hard but progressive enough to stop this motorcycle on the point. And suspension wise, this suspension completely acts greatly, providing us the comfort on completely irregular roads like these kind of roads. It provides that comfort, and also in the highways it provides that confidence while on the high speeds. And the handling, since the motorcycle is a bit too heavy, 194 kilograms, we do think that this motorcycle will be a much difficult for handling, but surprisingly that completely changes once we start riding, because it's a much more of a kind of a nimble, not that nimble, but it's a bit of a nimble kind of a motorcycle. We can handle this motorcycle pretty well, and taking corners and taking U-turns on this motorcycle is also easier than we think. And the other drawback, like these roads, in the wet condition the tires do not perform like we think. So on those situations, I completely regret having these kind of MRF tires on this motorcycle. And since I'm riding in a bit too traffic area, let's talk about the heating of this motorcycle. Like as I expected, the motorcycle doesn't heat that much, since the cooling method on this motorcycle, the air plus oil cooling, works perfectly on this motorcycle, providing the engine much more stability, much more cooler on running. And talking about the pricing, right now the motorcycle costs about like 3,41,000 rupees on road in Kerala. And right now the successor also is on the way, so there might be discounts or price drop for this motorcycle. So stay tuned if you guys are looking to get this motorcycle soon. The fun thing on this motorcycle is definitely the torque output, because just while giving a bit of a throttle we can feel that power delivery, that jump from this motorcycle. That's a completely fun thing on this motorcycle, guys. Don't need to completely rip out the throttle, just giving a bit throttle makes this vehicle move than we expect. And the exhaust sounding, it's definitely fun. And yes guys, that's it for the review of the Harley Davidson X440. I think I have shown you much of the details of this motorcycle, and if still there are any doubts pending, feel free to comment. I'll be there to completely solve your doubts. So let's catch up in the next video. Until then, bye bye.